So having received this preview set of figures from Great Escape Games just prior to Christmas, I thought today it would be good to go through and review these new plastic 28mm US Cavalry figures. So without further ado, let's jump down to the workbench and let's check them out. And welcome to the workbench. Now, first of all, I'd like to say a massive thank you to Great Escape Games for sending these over for review. It's really, really appreciated. I did, however, back their Kickstarter anyway. So I have received now a box of these figures. I should say at the time of recording I haven't received them, but I'm sure by the time this video goes out I will have received them. Now, what do you get in the box? Now, my assumption is that you're going to get 2 of these sprues. You're also going to get 10 bases. I've only got 1 sprue and half the sprue of bases, so I assume that in the main box, as it's listed as 10 figures, you'll get 2 sprues like this and 10 bases like this. So let's have a look at the sprue, because this is quite a collection of bits and pieces, and I'm already looking forward to what I can do with this. So I think the best thing to do now is to go to the overhead shot and we'll have a look at in more detail at this sprue. Okay, so here we have the sprue. I am just going to turn it this way so that we can see these a little bit better. Now, along the top, of course, we've got the usual collection of heads. Obviously, these aren't the usual ones. These are specific for this set, the US Cavalry. But we always, with their plastic sets, get a really good array of heads. So there's 8 at the top here, and then if we just spin the sprue round, there's another 8 down the bottom here. And they look really cool, really full of character. Most have hats on. This guy on the end, I don't think does have a hat, so you can throw that one in as a maybe a different one there. We've got a couple of water bottles. I think there are 3 on the sprue in total, and then we go into the arms. Now there's arms both ends of the sprue. We've got left hands, we've got right hands, we've got some with carbines, we've got one with a bugle, a couple with pistols on this end. Like the fact that this one here has sort of cavalry gloves on. We then have the Beagle. The Beagle was certainly a lot of the chat online. There was a lot of excitement for this Beagle, so he will definitely be getting his own base and painted up. It'll look really cool. A couple of pairs of trousers, a couple of torsos here, some cacti or cactus, which is really cool. And then we'll spin and we'll go through again. We've got a scabbard for a sword, which I think is quite useful. I think the sergeant has a sword with them, so that'll be useful. A couple of holsters here, some more arms. One looks like he's punching. 3 more pistols, a couple more carbines, and a hand with a sword. So that's really cool. A couple more sets of legs. So there's 5 pairs of legs, 5 torsos. This one's cool. Slightly sort of unbuttoned jacket here, whereas I think all the others are in their shirts. But I think these are going to be a lot of fun to paint. So that's a quick look at the sprue, but you know, as much as the sprue is really cool, I have to say with my previous reviews, I felt like I haven't given you guys enough of what these are going to look like. So this time I'm planning to actually put them together and paint them. So in the wonderful magic of film, I'm going to go away, I'm going to get these put together, painted up, and then we're going to come back to the other table and we'll have these as a bit of a showcase. So I'll be back in a flash. And welcome to the turntable, and here we have some of the figures that I've built. Really, really pleased with how they've come out. There's definitely a question which was raised to me in one of the Facebook groups, in fact the Demo Out of Town Facebook group, about the proportions of these figures, and I have to say some of the bits Some of the arms. I mean, this chap on the right just seems like he's got really long arms, and it could be just me, but it just doesn't look like they're in the right proportions. Also, some of the boots. I mean, this chap in the centre, his right boot there is really quite thick on the leg. Um, just a few bits. I mean, the beagle or the dog to the left there, really, really nice. Really, really like that. But anyway, I'm going to give you a bit of an all-round view of these three, and then I will bring on the final three figures that I've got from the sprue that I've done, just to give you a view, and then I'll come back with a few final thoughts. Okay, and here are the final three figures from the sprue, which I've made up. So yeah, you may well be able to see, particularly on this centre guy here, the sort of gloves, gauntlets, whatever you want to call them. They are pretty big in proportion, and it's a bit of a shame. I don't know enough about the period to know whether historically these are correct or not, but they do feel well, they look more on the larger side. As a real shame, because there's a lot about these figures that are really nice. The guy on the right, particularly like him, he's come out well, I think. And the guy on the left actually is not too bad, minus the gloves. Sergeant, yeah, jury's still out. I really haven't decided whether I like these or not. There's definitely aspects that I like. There's other aspects that I'm a little bit less keen on. But anyway, let's go into a quick showcase of these, and then I'll come back with all the figures in front of you, and some final thoughts. Okay, so here are all the figures from the sprue that I received. They were quite good fun to put together, not too bad to paint. I think the proportions is probably the biggest sticking point for me. Absolutely love the dog, and I absolutely love painting the dog. It was really good fun, and I actually think that my technique on painting's probably improved from other animals that I've painted in the past, so I'm quite pleased about that as well. I think I think for me, this set was absolutely needed. I think it's a great set in concept. I think a lot of the aspects of the figures are really good. There's some really nice figures in there, but there's just one or two small bits that just sour the set a little bit for me. And that's not to say that you couldn't overcome them in some way. I'm sure some people might look to make some changes, maybe even use some arms from some of the other sets to improve these. That's certainly achievable. But I think, are they worth picking up? probably if you're into the Wild West, you want some US Cavalry, they're not bad. There's probably also some metal ones out there, metal figures out there that you could get instead. Certainly, I think the ones in the the bad and the ugly supplement, I think they are not these plastic figures. I think they're some metal figures from another company. So it might be worth having a look round. But needless to say, I'm pleased I've got these, and I have got a box of them as well. So I've got another 10. I may make quite a good little sizable gang. It does fit in really nicely with the final episode of Series 1 of Briscoe County Jr., which obviously is what I'm basing my Dead Man's Hand town on, is the adventures of Briscoe County Jr. from the 90s, the TV series. And they were absolutely hunted in the final episode by the US Army, and the cavalry would be a really good group to fill that role. So could get some good scenarios out of this. But anyway, I really want to thank Great Escape Games once again for sending these over for a review. Really, really appreciate the support from them, and definitely go check these out. If you haven't already, if you're into the game and you fancy US Cavalry, they're worth probably picking up a box. They're not a bad price. I think they will be on general sale for £20 in the UK, which for 10 plastic figures with lots of variety and different components that you can use, actually probably quite a good deal. That anyway, that's it for this review. And of course, as always, if you've liked this video, do please hit that thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, do please consider hitting that subscribe button. It makes all the difference to the channel in my drive to get 2,000 subscribers this year. Well, sorry, to hit 2,000 subscribers at some point in this year. And I will be back on Wednesday for my first live stream of 2026. Been really looking forward to getting back and mingling with the community again. So if you're free at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, that's UK time, then do check out that live stream. And if you're not around, then I will be back with another video next Sunday at 6 o'clock UK time. And I think I may well have a painting guide for you on that one. So if you're into 6mm Napoleonics, definitely check that video out. And until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.